Hi, my name is Monica Hugh. I'm a fourth-year communication student at the University of Guyana, and I'm also a professional photographer. So now it's 6:10. Usually I try to go running around 6 o'clock to 6:15, around that time. And right now I'm practicing for this virtual 3K run, which seems pretty fun. My whole family in St. Lucia does it as well, so it's kind of like a family event, although we're in different parts of the world. It's very fun, and I think it's time to start. Taking a break right now. Usually these dogs are not so troublesome this morning, but they're a real pest. Yesterday when I was doing my other run, tried to attack me, and then bees tried to attack me. It was a painful day. I was hoping today would be better. So I am back from my run. That was pretty interesting. It's always an eventful run sometimes when there are so many dogs around. And yeah, you guys just tag along for the experience. Right now I'm starving, so I'm gonna just go finish off my tea, and after that I will show you the rest of my day. Thank you so much for watching so far. It's an honor.
I admire your work, your art, your creativity, right? So what was your journey like into photography? I know some persons would have started out with either using a phone or borrowing someone's camera. So enlighten us about your journey.
Alright, so for me, I would have started off with a phone, just like many persons who couldn't afford to buy, an actual DSLR, which is pretty expensive. So I started off using, the digital cheapies, right? So I would just take random pictures and I would like edit it. It would be the worst, the terrible edits. Just thinking about it is just like, But after that, when I entered college at Sir Arthur Lewis, that's in St. Lucia, there was this specific class that captured my attention, and only like 23 or 24 persons could enter that class. So I was pretty nervous about that. I registered and they approved my registration. So that was a happy moment. And then from then on, we started learning things about photography, videography, website building, all of these different things that you would not normally see in secondary school. So that got me to thinking, hey, since I like to take pictures, why not ask my lecturers if I could use their cameras and stuff like that. And after that, we had a lot of assignments whereby we had to do like mini trailers, and I think then is where the love for photography developed. Alright, this is what we have so far for breakfast, and I am going to make myself some beautiful Earl Grey tea. It's one of my favorite teas, and I do like to try different types, but Earl Grey is always the one I go back to. Some people are probably going to be mad at me because honestly I drink my tea black with no milk, and yeah, it's kind of weird, but I prefer it that way. I think milk might make you fuller, but I just don't like it in my tea. It makes me feel a bit sick. So we're just gonna have some black tea and call it a day. Also, people might say Earl Grey is a bit expensive, and yes, that is one of my luxuries in life, having Earl Grey tea, because I can't afford to do anything else. Yeah, that's just it for me. My mom actually gave me this cup, and I've had it forever. It does not break no matter what happens. It can fall from this countertop,
and it will be perfectly fine. It's quite the material.
So it's basically studying, just trying to come up with different innovative ideas. I also work with other companies. I do projects. I take other online courses. It's kind of overwhelming, so I guess that's why I take like the couple minutes that I do a day just to focus on myself, whether that be my health or, you know, just getting to know myself each day. Because the more you take on projects and the more you study, it gets really, really overwhelming. And it's very boring sometimes. So just doing these simple things can just rejuvenate you, me, everyone. And I do recommend it because it's necessary for humans to just take a break sometimes.
So currently, right, technology has been advancing, right? Especially a person's phone, the camera quality is drastically improved, right? So how do you portray your art to have value, right? Allow persons to value your work. And give us like a story about like a struggle that you would have faced, well, start now.
Right, so basically technology keeps advancing. You're gonna see the latest iPhone with 4K and something higher than 4K. You're gonna see Samsung phones with really great quality images. And people are gonna more so, move towards or gravitate towards those type of equipment, which is good. If you want to use phones as a preference for photography, then go ahead. But the thing about it is, when you invest your time and money into equipment to do, let's say, photography professionally, there is this knowledge that comes about where just using a point and shoot camera, like a iPhone or something like that, it doesn't compare. Because first of all, when you're a photographer, you have to know the skills. You have to know how to sometimes edit. You have to know certain things that a phone would just do automatically for you, but it would not give you the best image, what you're perhaps looking for. So some of the struggles that I encountered being like starting off and even now is people not seeing the true value of what you do. People will come to you and ask you, hey, how much to do a shoot, right? And let's just term it in Guyanese dollars. You would tell them, okay, right now, let's say $10,000 for a shoot. They'll look at you like, $10,000 for a shoot? Why? And it doesn't occur to them how much money you invest to get yourself to the place you are. To buy cameras, to buy equipment, stands, all these things is sometimes millions of dollars, Guyanese dollars, and they don't understand that. So sometimes they frown at that, and it's just you as a photographer to prove that your work means a lot. And I'll give you, as you were saying, a story. Like a couple years ago, this person came up to me and asked me to do a shoot for it was a football practice thing. So I had to record their videos on a field, and this footballer was running around, like he has to be running from point A to point B. You know how the football game goes, right? And I, as let's say the videographer at that point, had to be running and moving with him, right? And we made up this little thing whereby I would get paid for each game. The first game he paid me for, and he asked me to do 2 other games, and it was a problem for payment. I think I would tie that into not seeing the value of, having a videographer be doing all these multiple things, especially when one person explains that you want somebody in 3 different angles at the same time, and that is something I can't do with one camera. So you explain it to people, and it's an issue. So at one point in time, after he refused to pay me, because I went on Facebook, I messaged him a couple of times. I was like, hello, you forgot to pay me, what's up? He ignored my message. I messaged him again, ignored it. He's seen it actually, seen it a couple of times. And I felt like, why should I be doing this for my money, Like, why should I be begging people to pay me for my money? It's just above me. And one time I was in a bus and I saw him in the front seat. And at that point my mom said, look, let it go. And I was just like, okay, fine.
So you didn't confront him or anything?
No, he came up like, hi. And I was just like,
and that's it?
oh. And I moved on.
I definitely would have confronted him.
You know,
Yes.
the difference is, like, I understand people want their money, but I, once these things happen, sometimes it's just in your best interest as a photographer to just move on and just know exactly what type of clients you want to deal with. Because I'm the type of person, I don't want things to like just negatively affect me and my career. Especially if you're dealing with people who act ignorant when you confront them about certain things. So I'd rather just peacefully, you know, go and do whatever else I have to do. Okay, so today I'm here with my client Luana Roberts. We're going to be doing a simple shoot. I had a previous shoot with her before, wonderful person to work with. And yeah, today we're just checking out some new outfits that she has, and she's really into modeling. So if you need somebody, just call my girl up. Give me a little turn to the side. Good. Tilt your back a little bit more. Yeah, right? Yeah. And put one more leg a little bit more in front. Yeah. Good. Go back. Look at me. Fierce. Good. Smile. And oh, you look at that. Nice. Take it from your upper body. You don't really have to worry about the neck. Okay. You get a little extra pressure. Smile. Nice. Alright, another one. Look up in that direction. Just go ahead. Good. Wow. Wow, that shot. Ah, that shot is really good. My God, they shot. Yeah. Nice. Tilt head up. Good. Great. I'll take it from the side here. Stay in that position. Look at me. Yeah, look at me. Good. You can look away now. Anybody have music? Good. Brace back. Good. Good. Smile. Smile. Look at me. Tilt your head up. Good. Nice. Alright, good. Tilt. Tilt your head up. Right. Nice. Alright, we're getting some good shots so far. Okay, that's that same pose, right? With your hand on your hip. I want you to look directly at the camera instead. Currently, I am doing a setup for my integrated marketing assignment, which is basically me holding an event and showcasing this great idea, which is called DCR City. It's a pet cafe, and we were supposed to show it to a live audience and get feedback. So, yes, a pet cafe to Guyana. Now, if you look closely to some of the setups we have, right? So one of our main initiatives with this idea specifically is to target people dealing with mental illness. So through animals, we want to cater to people who are dealing with depression, anxiety. Right. So it's night now, and right now I'm getting ready to edit. See the folder right there. Usually editing takes me around 2 hours, sometimes an hour, sometimes even days, because it really depends on how the shoot went. If they had a lot of errors during the photo shoot, then I would have to do a lot of editing, or if there were a lot of images, then it would take me days to edit.
Yes, and to close off my night, I usually end up reading. If I'm in a very productive mood,
You can be productive by purchasing a magnetic 24 by 36 inch whiteboard for your daily use. Write out your vision boards for the week, your to-do list for the day, use an office space, home, use for students to practice. Contact 652-6014 for only $7,999. Limited stocks available. Shop our contact line.
I would read, let's pick this up, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Pretty good book. If I'm in like a very creative or very simple mood, I would probably just pick up one of my mangas and read that, or online webtoons, because I also enjoy that. If I have the most time in the world, which I never do, I'd probably pick up my controller and play some games with my friends. I have a lot of friends that live in different parts of the world, and to really reconnect, we play a lot of games sometimes and video chat and stuff like that. But I have not been able to do that in months. So yeah, usually that is how I spend my day.
Alright, so you would have started out AM's photography, right? And then decided on your field of study, which is communications. So did you see a connection between the two?
Actually, when I studied at A level, I kind of took this one communication course, and it kind of propelled me to do communication as a degree. But when I reached at UG, I was wanting to do photojournalism since, I started off doing digital media and everything. And it did propel me, it did help with photography, in the sense that I found that I wanted to do photojournalism, which happens to combine with media and photography. So it was this thing whereby I just wanted to travel and record what's happening. I wanted pictures to speak instead of words, because a lot of people don't understand that sometimes when you see a picture, especially when you go like National Geographic and you see some of the images they take, like some of their cover pages, it's like it tells like 500 stories in one just by looking at it. And I wanted to do something like that, like travel and capture moments, like real moments, not just the commercial photography. So it kind of propelled me into that direction. So yeah.